These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to These Hot Idiots, the only podcast where you have a small chance of dying while watching. What?
Yeah, I mean, you have a small chance of dying while watching any podcast.
That's correct, but especially this one.
Especially this one. Why is that our intro?
No particular reason.
You just will.
There's just a small chance it'll happen, like very, very small.
Very small.
If you're dead, leave a comment.
No, that's not our leave a comment this time.
No.
Hello, I'm Mega, here with Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's Ash. Starting us off by saying you might die, which is just a great way to kick off podcast.
Might. There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. Just a possibility. Anyway.
I always love it when I figure out something cool that I could do for the podcast, and now I can separate the audio from the Discord and my computer.
Yeah, so now we can do reactions.
We can do reactions, which is weird because we didn't do reactions for the first season. Whatever.
Yeah. We
didn't know how to do that.
We didn't know how to do it, but now we know how to do it. We could potentially do that.
Yeah, we could do like a...
Just have like reaction audio. You can sync up to the episode.
Yeah, unless one of us pauses it.
Unless one of us pauses it.
Then there's a problem. We got Vampire Diaries Season 1, Episode 13. The Children of the Damned.
Named after the classic, I want to say 60s, was it? Yeah, 1963 horror film.
So
which was a sequel.
Is it movies or not? Tell me.
Sometimes it's movies, sometimes it's puns, sometimes it's just boring things like Pilot or Fool Me Once, which is the next episode. Children of the Damned is a sequel to Village of the Damned, by the way.
Come on, man. I want some consistency here.
I know. Be nice to have that theme.
I like themes. Themes are fun.
Themes are fun.
This is a flashback-heavy episode with a lot of shit that happens in the 1800s.
Yes.
There's two men on a horse and buggy in 1864, and there's a lady on the road, and there's a guy on the road, and the lady's on top of the guy, and then they halt, and it's like, oh, my poor lady. By the way, I noticed something. I watched these episodes back, and I noticed something. I say like a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to do that a little bit less.
It's fine.
Well, because that's my way I transition into a quote.
Yes.
So
it's fine.
So the two buggy riders are just, hello, little lady. Oh, there's someone on the roadside. Or do they need assistance? And she's like, oh, my boyfriend.
Oh, it's our husband. My husband.
She runs over, and the guy goes off the cart to check on her while the other guy's talking to her, and he says, I'm trying not to say fuck, it's hard.
Just don't worry about it.
I don't want to be annoying.
Who cares? Who said you were annoying?
Me. I said I'm annoying.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I just
did you turn
you for the internet.
Did you turn the podcast off? Oh, okay.
No, I did not turn the podcast off.
Oh, it's dangerous outside, and then she's like, dangerous for you, and oh shit, it's Catherine, and she eats his neck, gives him big old neck kisses, and he's dead.
And she she goes over and the other guy who's checking on her husband, she attacks him too.
And the husband is
Damon.
Damon's on the floor. Damon sits up and he says, I'm sorry. I'm really self-conscious. He sits up and he says, how often do you do it? I'm ruining this.
Not saying has made you worse at this.
I know, it was my fucking rhythm, and now my rhythm's off.
Yeah, don't throw off your rhythm for the sake of the voices in your head.
Voices in my head. Okay.
Come on.
So Damon's just like, there, I did it. No, Damon's
Yeah,
like,
no.
why don't you make me a vampire already? And she's like, it's not time to be a vampire yet. Kiss me on my weird bloody mouth.
You gotta learn how kiss me in my blood mouth.
Kiss my blood mouth. Come here, kiss my blood mouth.
Nina Dobrev in this episode. I've commented on her performance as Catherine not being good the first time.
Shit in the first time she did this, but she's a lot better now. Maybe she's
better now.
Maybe she's got better direction.
Way better direction. Maybe she's starting to get more of a feel for the character of Catherine. I always prefer as Elena though. She's
still
nails
better
Elena
as Elena.
well.
I like Elena actually.
Yeah.
Stefan and Elena, Stefan and Elena are cuddling in bed, and then they're both naked and they're like in the blankets, and then Damon hops on the fucking bed.
Damon jump scare.
David jump scare, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? We're gonna go find that journal, right?"
There's definitely the implication that Damon and Stefan have had the sex. Or that Elena and Stefan have had the sex. Damn it, no.
No incest. No incest bad.
No, unless, let's be honest, there's probably a few tags for that on AO3.
Oh god, that's probably most of the tags.
It's probably most of the tags.
There's nothing more there's nothing more that straight women like than two dudes kissing while being brothers.
Doesn't matter if they're brothers. If they're two hot dudes and probably vampires,
don't worry, they'll just add something about he was adopted or something, and now it's fine.
Probably,
even though that's not. They got different eye colors, but that's just because the actors have different eye colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon's just talking about how he wants to look for that damn journal because it will lead to the grimoire that'll open the spell to the secret door that holds Catherine in a magic box under the church in the house.
He's got to get to that tomb and open the tomb and free Catherine and all the other vampires.
And he's like, "Hey, we're like a little kinky trio, the three of us. Don't fuck it up."
Oh man, that's also probably in the tags.
Stefan leans over and they start hushing each other because they're like, "Oh yeah, Damon is like super fucking hearing. We can't like bicker behind his back because he'll know."
We can't say anything or else he'll know that
he's got
to double cross him.
He's got super cuck powers. He knows if we're gonna double cross him. Vampires are the ultimate cucks because they can stand outside with their super senses and hear you banging their wife. and maybe they're real into that, and that's okay as long as everyone's consenting.
As long as it's consensual, it's all good. Here's a thought for y'all: vampire cuck.
Vampire cucks. They throw the blanket up, and it's a really cool. It's actually a pretty cool transition because it transitions to the flashback of Damon and Catherine
in bed,
cuddling in bed.
But then they get interrupted by the handmaiden Emily Bennett. Don't think about it.
Don't ask what a handmaiden is.
Don't think about it. Like, I know this is definitely part of the implication that they're not they have a close friendship. They like to play around in the South, I guess. But it's just like, don't think about it.
They're immortal and they like playing dress up in the South. But it's just like, this is a shit place you picked, Catherine.
This is a real awkward time for this little bit. I can't go to the store
without people looking at me funny. Fucking.
God, yeah, Emily must not be happy with the bit.
No, she's not having a good time.
But she's committing, so give her that. She's committing to the bit.
Yeah, they kiss. She turns vampire on him again for a second. Catherine. You know, I heard that like I was reading the wiki to like patch up some holes that I was having, and it says that like after Damon claims she's never compelled him, he compelled him to leave during a flashback.
I
couldn't tell he compelled him though because there's usually like a sound cue for that, or like they'll zoom into the eyes real fast.
Yeah. Oh, like Catherine compelled Damon to leave, and that was something he said. But to be fair, he's also in deep denial about Catherine, it seems.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's just funny that someone noticed. Catherine says hello to this like stuck-up lady named Pearl, and they're both wearing like big, inconvenient dresses as they walk across the park.
At the time.
As was the style at the time. This big ass dress while they're like walking around in like Autumn, Georgia. Autumn, Virginia, but Georgia.
Autumn, Virginia. Yeah, the South.
Pearl offers her like a little bottle with some liquid in it. It's like, take a whiff of this.
Take a whiff of this. Like, this is what they're selling down at the market.
It burns her hand, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And Pearl's like, "Oh yeah, they're selling verbena, and they've got like a cut on it.
They got vervain. They're vervaining up in there.
They're vervaining up, and they're selling it on the cheap. So we got to get the fuck out of here." And Catherine sort of like blows it off a little bit. She's like, we could leave. They won't know by the time we leave. It's fine.
Pearl tells her daughter to be careful, and we look at the daughter, and it flashes forward, and I think it flashes forward to, it's Anna.
Anna, and she's trying to still get that damn journal. She's on the phone. Ben, they're in a hotel room. She's with Ben, and Ben is stupid and walks over to the window and burns himself on the light.
Ben immediately pulls the curtain back and burns himself on the sunlight, and it's just like, you dumbass. Anna, you really knew how to pick them here, I guess. It was just Noah and Ben. These guys suck. And Logan, we learn.
You picked some shitty people.
You picked some real dumbasses to be your vampire lackeys for this plan.
So after he burns himself, she reveals that she's got blood in a mini fridge.
Blood in a mini fridge. Drink up and keep going after Bonnie. We need to get to Bonnie because she'll know where the grimoire
is. Magic, but don't get too close to her because she'll figure out you're a vampire with her sussy beam or whatever it's called. Like she'll figure you out when you're sus. Elena and Stefan are still talking. They're talking about Damon, and she's talking about, so Damon's like got no chance with you, right? And he's like, I've given Damon so many goddamn chances, and
I've had like almost 2 centuries of chances.
And
with
he's
this
fucked
guy.
Me every time. He's just a murderer and a traitor and a little bastard rat weasel fucker. So
this little shit.
He deserves to get betrayed. They start looking for the diary though, and they find this picture of a man in a hat that looks like Bruce Green from Inside Gaming and Funhouse.
Inside Gaming and Funhouse, yeah. We should note Anna does at least have the smarts of having Ben kind of be the eyes and ears for her because he tends bar. He's got his ear to the ground on the local gossip, and that's pretty smart.
Also, she thinks he's hot, so that's also a benefit.
It's also a benefit. That means that Bonnie also thinks he's hot. And it'll just
while looking at the picture of Bruce Green, Jeremy enters stage left, and he's just like, why is everyone like looking for this fucking journal? I gave it to the teacher guy.
Mr. Saltzman. Man, everyone's all caught up on this journal. Was it like the Vampire Diaries or something?
Yes. They are. They were there yesterday, but we didn't bring it up that last episode also had diaries.
Diaries, because we count a journal as a diary, kind of.
A journal is a diary for people who are too insecure to call it a diary.
Yeah. They are very interchangeable terms. So
we're back in the past, and we get exposition from the Gilberts and the Lockwoods with really anachronistic speaking styles.
It's the dialogue is not antiquated enough to my liking.
Here's this guy from 1800s, and he's just like, shit, I'm trying to get an impression down, but it's not working. They're literally just like, hey, this compass that I have, this compass.
It points to vampires.
It points to vampires.
It is like they're not putting on strong or even the slightest hint of accent. The dialogue is very still much like it would be in modern day. It makes me feel like just everyone's playing dress up for a bit.
It does feel like, okay, now we're all Victorian, even though we're in the middle of Georgia or Virginia.
We're not. Yeah, it's like, oh man, now we're antebellum, but it's like it doesn't feel it.
It doesn't feel it. Like, when you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and everyone's... I would say, like, the dialogue's pretty modern, but everyone still puts on that, like, drawl a little bit, that you could tell that, like, they're cowboys.
Mm.
And that game takes place in 1899. Which is...
Or, like, you got, like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where, like, the dub, they have, like, the actors actually put on accents, at least in the English dub.
Yeah.
Where during, like, part 1, where everyone talks in very antiquated dialogue, like, in antiquated speaking styles, because it's in the 19th century.
Antiquated dialogue just doesn't mean you're using slurs, by the way. It means...
No, it means just, like, your speaking pattern is so different from how it is nowadays.
Yeah. Even, like, Deadwood, which is just like The Sopranos in the Wild West, still kind of uses older sounding dialogue, except for that one guy who calls everyone a cocksucker.
Except for him, yeah, that's about it.
So Alaric Saltzman is at the school, and he's like slowly wandering around the school because he wants to like hide his journal, like hide the journal that Jeremy gave him so he could look at it. And Anna's stalking him.
He only has a desk lamp.
Anna's stalking him, and like it's the middle of the day, but none of the fucking lights are on at the school.
Just his desk lamp. That's
just his desk lamp. He is wandering around in the complete fucking dark.
How is it so dark if it's midday? Like, it's just, it's baffling to me because I can see the window and I can see the sun.
You can see the sun hitting the blinds, but it's not.
But it doesn't illuminate.
It doesn't illuminate anything.
I'm like, how the fuck? How?
After he locks up his desk, Anna zooms by him real fast, and he's just like, "All right, I'm getting me mallet," and he goes back to the locker, and he gets his spear gun, which is his mallet. in this circumstance, he got a
spear gun that he loads stakes into.
Yes. And then he's getting ready to like blow this fucking vampire's head off. He pulls the door open and shoots, and it's Stefan. Stefan's there, and he catches it.
He catches the stake, and that's like, oh shit. Then he does the sneak up behind him, the fucking flash step, and like shoves Saltzman into...
He shun pose into Alaric Saltzman.
Shun pose, yeah. Tosses them into his into the desk, and just like kind of like sends him clattering to the floor.
What now, nerd?
Like,
what now?
It's like, really, don't have to manhandle him, Stefan. I know he just tried to shoot you, but it's like you can just do this calmly.
So Stefan turns a chair around because he's about to rap to Alaric Saltzman. And he's going to rap about like, all right, why are you doing this? And he's like, my wife was a parapsychologist and I just wanted to find her body. I wanted to know what happened to her when she died. Also, I saw like Damon kill her.
Yeah, he's like, I saw Damon.
And it's like, wait, if you saw Damon kill her, then like, why do you want to know what happened when she died? It's like, he took the body.
Yeah, the body went missing.
So she might be a vampire.
Might be a vampire.
I don't know.
I just want to know. And it's just like, okay, where's the journal? It's like, it's on my desk. It's like, no, it's not. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. She took the fucking diary while we were having a tussle. Why couldn't you tell journal while we were fucking tussling?
It could have been while they were tussling. It could have been she managed to sneak around while he was getting his mallet. I'm
getting me mallet.
It could, like, if there is like a point where like if you watch in the background you can see her like zooming by while they're talking. Yeah. That'd be fucking cool actually. And if somebody points that out in the comments, let us know. I'd actually give the show points for that.
I would be mildly impressed by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a short flashback about Catherine again, and she's just insisting of like they're not in danger, and honestly, it makes her seem like an idiot.
Neither of the brothers are gonna tell anyone about us being vampires.
Mr. Gilbert wants to go on a date with Pearl over there, but Giuseppe Salvatore,
Giuseppe Salvatore.
He is kind of lambasting Damon for leaving the Confederacy, even though like he left it on principle of just like I don't like slavery, I guess.
I don't know what his principle is.
They just say principle.
I hope it's that he is anti-slavery. I hope that's the case.
Everyone say it slowly. The Civil War was because that Abe Lincoln emancipated the slaves. That was why it happened.
The plan was to emancipate the slaves. Most of the rights that they were arguing for were in relation to slavery. It's really hard to ignore.
Everything else was like not on the table, or was like an afterthought.
It was just like, okay, we need to like stack the deck because the only card we have is slavery. We need to throw in some more.
We gotta get some grievances, or it'll just look like we're mad about slavery, which we are, but also some other thing. I believe that the old argument was slavery reduced the cost of like building and maintaining property so much that they were accusing the North of like dragging them under with like costs of employment and labor because they didn't want to pay for workers because they used slaves. It's like, I'm just a simple farmer and I just took a bunch of people from a different country and I just whipped them and they built me my farm and now you want to make me have to pay people to run my farm. You want me to compensate people for running my farm? How fucking dare you?
It's that. That is the story. That is the story of slavery.
That's the story of slavery. Anyway,
and the Confederacy. Anyway,
Catherine is talking quietly to like Damon and Stefan about like it's just better not fucking tell anybody.
Don't say this.
Don't say shit. And then she leaves, and then Stefan and Damon are talking about like maybe I should tell Dad. Maybe he'll be cool about it. And Damon's like, if you tell Dad, he's going to fucking kill both of us and her. And it's going to be your fucking fault.
Giuseppe is already like suspecting that there are vampires. He's hearing of these attacks, and he doesn't buy for a second that it's raccoons.
He doesn't think it's raccoons.
Vampires.
There are vampires.
And they are amongst us.
Oh my god. I wish there was like an old-timey ragtime piano version of the Among Us theme.
Of the Among Us like chime when you find a body.
No, they both have different hairstyles in this. Like Stefan's got like I call it the DiCaprio, where it's kind of like this little part. And then Damon's got this like weird side thing where like the side's all blown out, and it just looks. I don't know if anyone in the 1800s would have that hair.
No.
Well, he's got the fucking blowout.
It definitely is hurting the overall feeling of we're in the 19th century.
Yeah, and then we cut to Damon in his 2006 hair, trying to look like Pete Wentz and shit.
Yeah.
And Damon's just like hanging out at Elena's kitchen while Jeremy and Damon were playing Forza 2.
They're playing Forza 2, Forza Motorsport 2.
Yeah. Or Project Gotham Racing. I don't know. It might be Project Gotham Racing 4. That game came out around the same time.
I wonder, Wiki, please do not let us down.
No,
they just say it's a video game. They don't say what it is.
God
damn it! Come on,
you're
guys.
Supposed to pay attention. You're supposed to tell me these things.
Come on, folks, on the Vampire Diaries wiki. You got a whole page about hearts getting ripped out. You can't spare a minute to figure out what the video game is.
Stefan continues to grill Alaric and slowly kind of pivots into like, hey, we could help each other and we can get Damon out of the fucking picture. And like, before he agrees, it cuts back to them playing video games.
Making dinner,
threatening Elena. Over
and like trying to get an idea of if Stefan trusts him, and kind of this is the best part. She goes like, "Oh, I'm wearing vervain. You can't compel me," because he kind of does like the stare.
Oh yeah, he like squares up to her and he stares like right face to face with her, and he's just like, "And who told you that?" And she's like, "I have vervain in me. It's useless." And he's just like, "I'm asking you a question. I'm literally." I'm asking
you a question while just staring a hole into your fucking soul.
Maybe I should ask Elena, like a normal human.
Like, I'm not compelling you, even though I'm doing every bodily sign of compulsion.
And then we cut to them playing croquet in the past. Croquet!
Yes.
They continue.
Lovely game of croquet.
Yeah, they're talking about, like, why the fuck would you tell your dad that?
Don't tell your dad. But it's like, but Stefan thinks, but my dad's cool. He doesn't say that.
Like, my dad's fine. He'll He'll handle this great.
Even though his dad's perfectly fine with the idea.
I will exercise these demons to another fucking world. Giuseppe.
I'll kill him. I am not a half cousin of the Zeppelis for nothing.
I will sun chop him.
I'll summon all of my ripple to exterminate them all.
Stefan shows up at the Gilbert house and he seems distressed. Just about because someone took the journal, I believe. They cut to the bar. They cut to the bar where Bonnie and Ben are hanging out, and she's like, "Singing Metallica karaoke was kind of a weird choice."
I agree with Bonnie on this.
Look, man, most of their songs are 8 minutes, unless you're talking about he sang from Load, maybe. Or
but
Reload.
Even then, who wants to hear a song from Load?
I don't know who wants to hear a song from Load. Memory.
And I don't hate Load as an album.
Load's fine. I just don't think
King Nothing's pretty good as a song, but it's the
album's got cum on it.
And also you got the Bloody Cum.
The Bloody Cum album.
But I don't know. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think the folks at the Mystic Grill are gonna be
I don't think the zeitgeist is listening to Load and Reload.
I just don't think
in 2008.
I just don't think that the folks in the Mystic Grill at karaoke night are gonna be jamming out to Until It Sleeps.
Until It Sleeps. That's a pretty good song.
It's a good song, but I feel like it'll bum everyone out.
Yeah. Stefan lies to Damon about what Alaric told him while they were explaining shit to each other. And Damon's like, who gave Jeremy the journal? Or who did Jeremy give the journal to? And then Jeremy mentions, I met this girl named Anna. She's cool, I guess.
He gave it to Saltzman, but he also told Anna about it.
Yeah, he gave it to Saltzman and he told Anna. And it's I have a date with Anna. Dave was like, I'm taking you to the grill. All right.
Let's go.
What car am I using? I don't know. I'll just piggyback you or something. Oh, yeah, he's got that Camaro. I forgot.
Yeah, he's got a Camaro. Because he is way cooler than Edward in his goddamn... What was it again?
I think it's a Volvo.
He has a Volvo, but Damon's got a Camaro. He's way cooler.
The cooler Edward.
The cooler Edward. Edward, the cooler Edward. And it's both Damon and Stefan.
Yes. The cooler Edwards.
Cooler Edwards.
Bonnie makes this really weird comment about jumping on Ben and kissing him, and it was weird.
Yeah, she wants it now.
Elena calls her a chicken for not doing that.
For not jumping on him right away.
Not jumping on him and smooching him.
Man, I just realized Caroline and Matt not in this episode.
No, we are Caroline-less and Matt-less. They are gone again.
They're gone off again to have their own subplot.
If Jenna's there, Caroline's gone.
It's a very odd thing.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
What are you gonna do? Availabilities and also the necessities of writing. Focus on what's important.
Yeah, I think it's good to focus on what's important, other than you're trying to Game of Thrones it and have 16 different plot threads in your episode.
Yeah, you only got 45 minutes. Just go with what you got.
Get your shit in. Jeremy and Anna are playing pool, and Stefan reveals that Alaric made copies of the journal before Anna
made
stole
a copy. So they actually got the info they need.
But he doesn't tell Damon that. He just tells Elena that.
Also, happy to report some consistency here. The tables are red.
Yep. Pool felt the same color. Good job.
Pool felt the same color. Ash is very happy now.
I like consistency.
He likes his consistency, and so do I.
So they go back to the flashback. Past Damon and Pearl and Catherine are like, guys, we're kind of fucked. I don't know what to do. And then Emily's just like, we got the daylight rings. We'll be fine.
Yeah. It's Emily made us daylight. I think it was Anna who said Emily made us daylight rings. We're cool. And
then when past Damon looks at Annabelle, it cuts to current Damon, and he's looking at Anna. He's like, "Oh shit!
Oh, it's you!
It's you, you perpetual 14-year-old. I know it. I know it.
Perpetual small teen."
We cut back to another flashback and Giuseppe. Stefan and Giuseppe are talking about vampires, and like Stefan's like, is it all right to kill all the vampires? What if there was like a cool vampire, like a vampire that's like cool and nice and cool? And then Giuseppe's like, I'd fucking kill him. I'd fucking kill him, Stefan. That's what I do. And then I'd kill you.
Don't be a pussy, Stefan. Kill the vampire.
Kill the vampire, and then if you don't, I'll kill you, and then I'll kill the vampire. Giuseppe's got no fucking chill.
We also made the weird conclusion that that Giuseppe looks like John Cena's dad specifically.
He looks like he has John Cena's face, but on an old man body.
So that's why I was like, yeah, he looks like John Cena's dad.
Doot, 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 doot. So,
and for those who are wondering, yes, we do know what John Cena's dad looks like.
John Cena Senior. He puts his name on like bookings without Senior, and has you go there, and then it's like, hey, it's John Cena Senior. Yeah, I'm his dad.
Also, he's gotten beaten up a lot on episodes of Monday Night Raw.
I had sex with his mom.
Yes, that is correct. John Cena's my son. I had sex with his mom.
There's this YouTube poop of Jesse Ventura and his conspiracy theory show, and I think it's like Jesse Ventura gets murdered by the government or something.
Well, it was. I think when the one with the clip of the thing about it, Tyrell was
a trilogy.
There was like a best of like Jesse Ventura YouTube poops that had that one, and it was.
You know what happens when I get mad? I dance.
Whereas like Tyrell Ventura is my son. I had sex with his mom. And it's like we love the stupidity of a sentence like that.
I've been gambling all your money, and it's time for you to go bankrupt. I've been a sexy bitch.
Like this goes about as well for Stefan as kissing Sam did for Kate Barlow, or kissing Kate Barlow did for Sam. Either way, Holes reference.
So Damon shows up at her hotel, at Anna's hotel.
We get Damon jump scare too.
Yeah, he grabs her by the throat, and she grabs him by the throat, and they like engage in mutual choking.
The game of
Damon's
choke
just
chicken.
like, all right, fuck, let go.
Okay, you win. I tap. We're getting 2 Damon jump scares an episode now,
very
and
consistent.
I'm very happy. It's kind of fun.
And Elena and Stefan are doing the cool teen thing of digging a grave, because while having that flashback about his dad talk about killing the shit out of like any vampires that he sees, he kind of gives an aside about how like, I'm keeping certain things with me when I die. And he sort of realizes, oh, he took the fucking journal to his grave.
He took the grimoire with him.
Yeah, he took the grimoire to his grave. He mentioned that while ranting about you should fucking kill the shit out of every vampire, Stefan.
Didn't he said certain things, or did he say everything?
He said, I'm keeping a lot of things in this house with me to my grave. And I joked to you, I'm burying the whole house.
The whole house.
The entire house is my grave plot. Bury it.
Just a massive hole.
A massive hole with a house in it.
It's like chimney is sticking out because they can bury it the whole way.
Yeah, so yeah, they go to Giuseppe's grave back at the old fucking Salvatore estate.
Yes.
Stefan's got 2 shovels, and he's gonna dual wield that shit until Elena's like, I want to dig a grave too. And Stefan's
this sounds like fun. Let's do it.
And Stefan's like, you don't have to. Like, I got superpower. I could fucking dig this shit in like an hour. And Elena's like, no, I want to dig a grave. This is cool. No,
I said I was gonna help you no matter what.
Yeah, but you kind of suck. No. You're
human, and therefore won't be as good.
You won't be as good at digging.
Yeah, but it's less digging you have to do. And also, this is just gonna be really cool. Gonna dig up your father's grave. You're being real weird about this.
Gonna dig my father's grave. I don't know. I just like the idea Elena's having a lot of fun digging this guy's grave.
Digging up this old dude's grave.
go back to another flashback, and Catherine and Stefan are talking about Damon in the past. And it's like, oh, who are you gonna live with forever? Me or Damon?
Both.
And she's like, both. And then they start kissing.
She demands a polycule.
She bites Stefan on the neck, and then she's like, oh shit.
Because it turns out
when
that
Stefan was talking with his dad, he slipped him a drink, and that drink had vervain in it, and now she's choking on that shit. And then Giuseppe runs in and is like, see, I told you, motherfucker. See, I fucking told you.
I warned you. I knew you went soft on me. You are a pussy.
You fucking pussy. You're a fucking pussy. Loser, pussy, loser. And he's like, how'd you know? It's like, my son's a pussy. That's how I know.
You showed sympathy for the vampires. I
knew it was Catherine, that stupid whore.
He's not like this.
This is
a horrible exaggeration of Giuseppe Salvatore, but
you pussy ass Stefan. All right, everyone, get in here. Let's beat his ass. She gets dragged off by an angry mob.
They fucking like mouth guard her too. They put like a thing over her mouth.
And they drag her out, and Stefan's like, wait, no.
I think we cut after this to back into the hotel.
Yeah, we cut back to the hotel, and she talks about how she was the one who turned Logan, and she's been in town since like the very beginning, like even before the comment hit. And she just kept her head down because all this fucking drama was happening, and she just watched, pretty much. And yeah, she also had the Fell journal, and that didn't tell her anything.
I just love it. Like,
all these families have journals.
Damon's upset. Damon's upset about the turning of Logan, not just because that was a hassle. It's also just because Logan shot him like a lot. Did you
tell Logan to plug me like 13 fucking times?
He shot me so many times.
He shot me so many times. I hurt like a bitch.
It sucked.
That sucked ass. But he's just like, she asked like, maybe you can help me and we can open the tube. And he's like, I work alone. I gotta go down to the shovel store. I gotta go dig a grave.
I gotta go, but hey, thanks for the tip. I think I don't know if he gives her a tip.
Yeah, I mean he tips her, but like, or she tips him, but I don't know. Bonnie leans up to smooch Ben because she got egged on, and then she gets a spooky, and it stops her.
Ben jump scared,
and she's like, I gotta go. And then she does this thing where she tells him she's going to the bathroom, and she leaves her coat, but then she tries to leave, and Ben catches her.
Yeah, Ben jump scare.
Ben jump scare.
And that's it for Bonnie for this episode.
Bonnie's been kidnapped. Elena is having a great time digging this fucking grave.
She is digging that hole.
They hit wood, and they open the grave, and Giuseppe's skeleton's there.
It's a pretty good prop, too.
And they find like a skeleton. They find a skeleton and a book and a note that just says, Stefan, you're a pussy.
To my son, for he is still a pussy. I know you're going to unearth my grave one day. I know you're going
to unearth my grave one day, and I want you to know you're a pussy-ass bitch. I always liked your brother more. Even though he betrayed the Confederacy. And that disappoints Giuseppe.
And disappoints Giuseppe Salvatore.
So Damon shows up a little bit after they grab the book, and they're getting ready to unwrap it, and he's just like, oh, well, fancy this. You betray me. You betray me.
You betrayed me, Stefan. I'm fed up with this world, man. You know, I'm a hold Elena hostage.
Yeah, he holds Elena hostage, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill her. And then Stefan's like, you're not gonna fucking kill her. And he's like, yeah. So he like cuts his hand, and then he sticks it in her mouth and makes her drink his blood. And it's like, I'm
not gonna kill her. I'm gonna turn her.
I'm gonna get a vampire girlfriend.
Yeah.
Vampire girlfriend, Stefan. Give me the book, or we have a vampire girlfriend.
You want that? Huh?
Like, fine, here's your fucking book.
Here's the book. Yeah, they do the trade-off. Damon gets the book and just leaves.
Damon gets the book and leaves, and then we get an old-fashioned angry mob with torches and pitchforks. back in the 1800s.
In Virginia.
They're lynching a vampire.
During the Civil War.
It's fine. They're lynching a vampire.
They're rounding up vampires. They're rounding up vampires. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Yeah, they're just like, they drag off fucking Catherine, and this whole big angry mob is forming, and it's a lynching, but it's not that kind of, it's a vampire. It's fine.
It's a vampire. Don't think about it.
We cut back. Like Elena wakes up at her house, and she's like, I got a fucking massive headache. And he's just like, vampire blood does that. It'll wash out. You didn't drink that much. Like, I got to get... All my aspirin's gone. And I just imagine Steph being like, Jeremy!
Jeremy!
Yo,
hook the hookup, man.
I need my hookup, man. Like, oh, you don't ask me for hookups. Like, oh, she's got a headache. I got to get some aspirin.
How'd you know? Jeremy.
Jeremy, I know you trade aspirin in the underground scene.
He opens up his backpack. All right, what do you need?
Advil. No.
Got ibuprofen.
I'm trying to think of brands of aspirin, but they're all just called aspirin, I think.
Aspirin, yeah, it's either like aspirin, acetaminophen, Tylenol. You need some Tylenol.
The best part was like Stefan went downstairs to get the aspirin, so I thought he was going to ask Jeremy.
He was gonna go to Jeremy.
Another flashback where Catherine's getting forced into a cart, and David's like, "This wouldn't have happened if you just shut the fuck up and didn't fucking tell Dad."
God damn it, Stefan.
God damn it, Stefan. You suck. I'm leaving. And then Naruto runs away.
I don't trust you anymore, man.
He like sprints off. It's a weird sprint.
Yeah, you basically say Naruto ran.
Stefan goes get the aspirin. Jenna's downstairs, and she's just like, you're gonna have to leave the house at some point. Like, I like you, but not like stay the night with my niece like you. And he's like, that's fine. I mean, we're just hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging. I'll leave the door open.
Yeah, leave the door open. Anna in the past is hiding with her mother Pearl, and they want to save like Catherine together. So she makes Anna hide, and Pearl hops out of the out of the tree.
She goes to go get to Jonathan Gilbert.
And she's just like, "Oh, is everything okay, Jonathan? Do you need help?" And it's just like, "There's a vampire afoot, Pearl. I want you to be safe." And then he looks down at the compass that he was just holding for some reason, and it's pointing at her. And he's like, "Kill this fucking bitch! Kill
vampire!
Kill her!" No sympathy at all. Just like, kill that bitch! Go! She
Pearl
runs
makes a run for it,
and then this old guy with a mustache just fucking slings out a pistol and nails her with a gun. Like,
he gets
good
her.
Fucking shot, man.
Amazing shot, because she's doing like the vampire run.
He's doing the zoomies, and he just fucking clips her with that gun. It's amazing.
She was fast as fuck, boy, but he still got her.
Yeah.
They fucking muzzle her up as well. They start dragging her off. And like Anna's like, "Oh no," but Emily's like, "No, we're good. You'll see your mother again." Like we gotta hide.
Yeah, we gotta hide. I didn't write how the episode ends.
I'll see. Aspirin. Flashback. It's just Stefan kind of Stefan remembers that Pearl's daughter is Anna.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he makes a run to like check on Elena, but she's gone and
Elena's
windows
gone
are open.
And the window's open.
Because Elena never had screens installed.
Yeah, you should install some fucking screens, Elena. That sucks. That keeps happening to you, but kind of your fault. This episode had a bunch of shit in it. Like,
it had a lot. It was not nearly as fun as the previous episode.
It wasn't as fun.
Apparently, Travis Scott is playing as loud as I could possibly.
I accidentally played the video of me saying that Travis Scott is playing as loud as possible.
Oh God. Okay.
Wait,
hopefully
no,
that
won't show up in the recording. Awesome.
Woo!
Or it will, because it's on Discord. I don't know how this works.
Oh fuck.
It's okay. It's a 4-second clip. It's fine.
It's fine, and there's no actual Travis Scott audio playing, so we're good.
They said that this episode would have been the season finale if they couldn't get 22 episodes.
They got 22 episodes.
They got 22 episodes, so they gotta keep going.
That's right.
They gotta come up with more shit after this. Very music light episode as well.
Oh yeah, we barely even noticed the music because they barely played any.
Yeah.
I guess because they're doing a lot more flashbacks to the past, they don't have as much like.
Every time they go to the past, they play Mumford & Son.
Oh my God, no!
Oh, folksy music, yes. Fleet Foxes, yes.
Yeah, we only got When You're Ready by Kate Earl, Floating Vibes by Surfer Blood, Goodbye by Elephant, and Stellar by Experiment Aircraft.
It's spelled weird though. It's like Experiment Aircraft.
Yeah, all of these are pretty like just absolutely.
They're kind of throwaways. I don't know.
They're here to get a paycheck.
They are here because they're part of the Warner Music Library. But yeah, there was a little bit of a gap from when we watched the episode to when we did this. And also, it was a really flashback-heavy episode, so it sort of felt like we didn't have a lot to talk about.
We were just jumping all over the place.
Whenever they do flashbacks, it's like exposition, mainly. And then the combination of exposition to flashback exposition they did several times this episode. I don't hate exposition, unless it's the exposition that like you get in Red versus Blue when all the characters are just saying the same exposition.
Oh man.
They're like taking turns saying the exposition so you don't get perspectives or anything.
Like later era like Red versus Blue,
so
yeah.
This isn't as bad, but it feels kind of like it's a bit middling. Like this episode's important in the sense that it tells you things that you need to know, like Giuseppe and Anna and Pearl and all that shit.
It's a plot advancer, but
it's not a character advancer, if that makes sense. Besides, like Damon hates Stefan again, but that's pretty normal.
That's just to be expected. It's kind of a weak episode.
Not the weakest, but it's pretty weak. So we are dead. No, no. Stop thinking about dying.
Why is that the place your brain is going to?
I've had a very weird week. So, we're available on pretty much anywhere that you can get a podcast. I really would enjoy it if you like subscribed, if you talked about the episode, or if you talked about us, gave feedback, any of that shit.
Leave a comment, you know.
We upload these on YouTube now, which is pretty cool. We are on pretty much anywhere you get podcasts. We also have Tumblrs, Megfighter343, and I think Ash Nightshade. Sorry, I have different variations of my name.
I have mainly stuck with the usual, like at least on the base of Mega Fighter, and then
Mega Fighter numbers. We tried. I remember I searched for Mega Fighter 1, and it was some German guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back next week, barring circumstances. Mega Fighter's got a new job.
Yeah, so I'm learning the schedule on that.
Also, my dad has a job, and when I can record these changed a little bit, so we'll have to see like the best window to record these. Because I don't want to like wake him up when he's trying to sleep because we live in the same house.
And also, he uses
HBO Max, and like that means one of us can't watch.
And it usually ends up being Ash, which is weird.
It's weird because I live here.
He lives here. He pays for it. But my fucking
great.
Sign on. Yeah, my sign on is fine.
Your sign on's fine.
It's so weird.
It just fucks me. And like we'd have to pay $5 extra to upgrade, and I don't want to do that because I'm a cheap bitch.
He don't got money.
So with the idea that we're gonna do reactions now, I feel like that's something interesting we can use as a incentive.
Yeah.
Or like a Patreon.
If we open up that Patreon, yeah.
But otherwise, if you're listening to this, you haven't died. Congratulations, you did it.
Good job.
We'll see you next week. where we will test if you will die during that episode as well.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird now, but I have to make it a bit.
You don't have to commit to this bit.
I don't. Mega Fighter, tell me I can leave the podcast when I want.
You can leave the podcast whenever you want.
Yeah!
Yeah, why don't you just drop a car battery on her head? Car battery!